Welcome back, everyone. My name is Gloss, and we're here playing a game that was a submission to the Textual Horror Jam, which I didn't even realize there was one. That's too bad for me. So, we're checking out a game called A Touch of Romance by Alan Japan, or Alan Japan. Not sure. We'll go with Japan, since it's not Japan. Love, dating, marriage. Who needs all that anymore? Short-term flings, one-night stands, and pass-out parties are all you need nowadays. Have a different sexual partner at the end of every week. Enjoy yourself with the right gifts given to the right people. Say no to pro-choice and child abortion and advocate for pro-life. Continue to declare birth control a sin against humanity. Make money by being something you're not and elevate yourself to the status of Michael Jordan. Only you are as great as Michael Jordan. Everyone else is a poser and are not Michael Jordan. Only you are not the poser. Follow these steps and you will never need to get married to have your own home, children, and romance. Let the moolah flow. Let people waste millions on you because you are as great as Michael Jordan. No, you're better than Michael Jordan. Enjoy a more modern horror in this short visual novel, A Touch of Romance, built using the Tyranno Builder engine. I've never heard of that engine. What is this game about? It's a modern horror you're not supposed to know until you read through this short visual novel. Spoilers ruin the fright. Okay. So, all right, whatever. We'll go with it. Very, very strange. Can I expand this out? Can I make this bigger? Do I have to zoom in to make this bigger? Is that how this is gonna have to work? Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Just download it. We'll be right back. We'll be back with the downloaded. Okay, and we're back. I was just going to say, it's a very interesting description. Not sure how I feel about it, but it's okay. Sometimes these things are, you just gotta go out of your zone a little. All right, so so it says here, we're going to celebrate the 40th anniversary of our wedding. A touch of romance. Hello. How are you? It was an ordinary day like any other. Did you expect something different? Maybe I did. I believed there was something more than a one-time passionate romance. I believed there was something beyond a gentle touch and an affectionate kiss. I believed there was something so delicate to grasp that a gentle blow of wind would ruin its entirety. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. Years earlier. I'm so confused already. Professor, did you honestly think that you can get away with this plagiarism? When I was in your I'm guessing this is just supposed to be who's speaking. When I was in your shoes, this would demand expulsion. I'm so sorry, Professor. Think hard and carefully about what sort of life you want to live. Is the university really necessary for what you want to do? Look at what you wrote here. Despite its cult-like following, yet short and abrupt popularity, Lovecraft's characters and works provide an alternate fantasy that many desire to read and shiver with a pure, unadulterated bliss exclusively to and with oneself and no one else. This response to H.P. Lovecraft's works is clearly a review of the famous and prolific writer Angelina. But this is the first time I've heard of Angelina. I've never even read her works. You write with such passion to experience this ephemeral Lovecraftian bliss of yours, yet you learn and talk to the most self-disciplined and naturalist people here. You waste your time and our time pursuing such projects counterintuitive to the purpose of the Academy that takes initiative and responsibility on projects that span across entire lifetimes. Get a refund of whatever money you paid to attend classes here and go live the exclusively blissful life of yours that you want to live. This university is for advancing humanity forward, not the instant gratification and short-lived happiness that you wish. That was the first time someone talked to me like that. I never would have thought, oops. Oh, how do I go back? Can I go back? Oh, okay. See, I'm still kind of learning, so this was the first time that someone talked to me like that. I never would have thought that the university had a life so dedicated as my professor, and tuition is so expensive every year. I don't know if it's just me and I'm like not syncing up here, but some of these sentences are coming off kind of weird and I'm like having a hard time following them. I don't know. Let me know if I'm just going crazy. I believe I made the right choice yesterday. Or was it really my choice? Was it not someone else's choice? The first thing that came to my mind after the professor's lecture was to relax with a warm cup of coffee. Caffeine isn't normally thought of as a relaxant, but it is the taste and aroma of a fine granulated Java bean itself that relaxes. Strong agree. I gave up caffeine. So I have to subsist on dandelion root tea now. Or maybe I've become accustomed to drinking coffee right after a stressful situation. Okay, so we got some anime. It's cool. I'm always happy for a little anime, why not? Hi there, is this seat open? This is the first time anyone talked to me at a coffee shop. My name is Angelina. She took the seat without my answer. I'm a writer. The Angelina my professor mentioned? The Angelina who wrote the same critique on Lovecraftian works as I did? No matter, I need to introduce myself. Nice to meet you, Angelina. I heard so much about you. You're interested in Lovecraftian texts, am I right? Nice not giving your name, though. Gotta say, smooth. Yes, I am that Angelina. And I love Lovecraftian tragedies. How the protagonist works so hard to overcome so many obstacles. How his friends are gradually driven to insanity. How the main character can't do anything but watch as madness surrounds him. And the very end, the surviving characters at the end of the story voluntarily submit themselves to the madness and despair. Exactly. There's something wrong with this girl. Why would anyone... where does the MC get off calling people... You feel exactly the same way. What are you talking about? Why would anyone struggle to survive so hard that they become the final survivors only to die in the end? I don't like cowards who refuse to accept H.P. Lovecraft's works as they are. They call his works smut, detached from reality, unacceptable as part of literature, and so on. Pretty sure Lovecraft is highly respected. Maybe not in certain parts of literature, but isn't there, there's an entire science fiction award named after Lovecraft. If anything, he's, too accepted or something, Unaccepted, not accepting Lovecraft is not, that's the hipster opinion. Anyway, sounds like she really knows her stuff. But how about now? Unemployment is as high as 40% among youth. People are struggling to find ways to earn income. Computers and algorithms are taking over our lives. Our elected leaders are elected for their popularity. Well, that's the name of the game. Organizational infrastructures are deteriorating and breaking apart. I don't like listening to or talk of negative things in life. What is my deal? I'm a huge Lovecraft fan, but I just don't like the negativity, guys. I just can't stand it. She is really stressing me out. I don't think I can handle any more of this. More and more people turn a blind eye away from these important issues. I thought you were different. I thought you understood. But you're just like the rest of them. And I thought you were cute. It was quite a predicament for me to go from hanging out with Angela to reappear at this mysterious location. And she said I was cute. I might have a chance with her. This is a very mysterious location. Absolutely. My professor said she is famous. She must have money. And she's cute as well. I could drop out of college to marry her. But first, I need to figure out how to find her. Silence. Oh no, H.P. Lovecraft is going to help me on my love quest. Just when I was feeling better after drinking my cup of coffee, this silhouette of a face starts talking to me. I can sense your thoughts. I don't know what H.P. Lovecraft would sound like, so I'm not going to try. Now it is claiming it has a form of telepathy that can read my mind. I really can read your mind. Think of a number. Doesn't seem I'll be going anywhere else. I might as well play along. Okay, I will think of a number. 0. I read the number 0. That is creepy. Something must have happened for me to end up here. What if I told you were dead? What if I told you were dead? LOL. Parentheses, laugh out loud. What is going on? Laugh out loud. Thank you for letting me know what LOL stands for. This floating silhouette tells me I'm dead, even though I'm alive right now. How can you be so sure that you are alive? Because I am feeling, I'm thinking, I'm sensing, therefore I am alive. Anyway, I won this argument, even though it is with a floating face. You can call me Lovecraft. That is what everyone calls me. But long ago, I had a first name before. Is it Howard? Thank you. It has been so long that anyone has called me by my first name. Names are precious, you know. First names are names given to us by our parents. It is with their aspirations that we will grow up to be befitting of our given names. My parents wanted me to be a Howard, a guardian. By some circumstance, if I were to fail as a Howard, as a Philip, my parents wanted me to care for horses and the like. Well, obviously I was supposed to be a deer, based on my name, an impossibly colored one. How about yourself? Do you know much about what your parents wanted you to do? I don't know. I think they just kind of wanted me to do my thing. Do you know why your parents named you as you are? Do your parents truly love you as you do not live up to their expectations? No matter how hard you try, does it seem your parents will never honestly acknowledge you? Take these words to heart as you live out the rest of your life. The names you're given and the names that you give transform the very fabric of reality around you and bend the universe to your expectations. So, Howard comes in with some good advice here. I will never forget those words of his. The names you are given and the names you give transform the... Yes, that is exactly what he just said to us a moment ago. Alright, and then we're back. I wake up on a bed in an unfamiliar environment that seems to be a girl's bedroom. There were all sorts of devices attached to my body, an IV drip bag hovering over me. was connected to a tube with a needle underneath bandages stuck in my arm. A catheter was inserted into my urethra that leaked urine through a tube into a warm pouch. Another tube was in my anus that was there to collect my solid waste. Red dot electrode stickers were stuck all over my chest, with cables connected to an electrocardiography machine. My body felt limp and weak as I struggled with the difficulty to move to a comfortable position. "You're finally awake. You're in my bedroom, honey. You're Angelina, right?" "Yes, dearie." Why is she talking so like old lady? "What happened to me?" You have been passed out from what doctors can only conclude a coma for 3 years. See, this is what I'm talking about. These sentences are so weird sometimes. You've been passed out from what doctors can only conclude a coma for 3 years. It's just a weird sentence. 3 years? "I called an ambulance for you to the hospital. They pumped your stomach and found traces of benzodiazepines, gamma hydroxybutyrate, zolpidem, and rofinol in your body. Those chemicals that you drank in your coffee are common drugs used for date rape." "I was spiked?" "Yes, and they found unordinary stress of some physical object that was repeatedly inserted into your anus. Try to relax as I remove these medical devices from your body." Okay. All right. By the way, yes? "We've been married since we met at the coffee shop. You are my darling." "What about my parents? What about your parents?" "Both of them gave their approval." "We've been dating since you entered college. Don't you remember?" This is kind of what I dreamed of and wanted to happen, but to be married so suddenly and living through a coma for 3 years. You know, I was pregnant with your child. We had 2 children. One of them, I named him Judas, is with your parents. The other, I named Lucy, is with mine. Aren't you happy? Compared to other men that I've met, you're not too different. In fact, you're even better than them. You haven't even cheated on me. You haven't betrayed me. You are always there for me, and you always listen to me. I can't ask for a better husband than you, honey. But what about love? What about sex? I don't remember any of those things. It's fine, my husband. By the way, I'm a married person. We don't talk like this. Maybe honey. Maybe hun. But like, darling and dearie and my husband. No. That's not how it works. No. We just talk like normal people. I notice how she's talking completely differently now that she's a married woman, which is just kind of really silly to me. Anyway, I remember those moments for you. I even videotaped myself while writing you several times. Okay. You're leagues beyond my colleagues' husbands. You don't even know how many stories of broken hearts and betrayals I've heard from their men. Compared to them, you are the best. Now rest here while I fetch your meal. I cannot complain about this situation. Well, you definitely could. I think that would be reasonable. I've had my fair share of cheating and betrayals as well. It was fun, a sport, a way to show off my manliness to other men and women. I don't know a single person that feels this way. How much innocence have I taken? How many hearts have I broken? How many girls I've toyed with? I'm no different than those men who Angelina described. But I believed there was something more than one-time passionate romance. And I believed there was something beyond a gentle touch and an affectionate kiss. And I believed there was something so delicate to grasp, such a gentle blow of wind that would ruin its entirety. I brought you your meal. What is this, chicken nuggets? Looks so delicious, and it is so tasty too. Thank you, Angelina. Call me your wife. Well, thank you, your wife. No, your wife, not my wife, your wife. Such a great husband. Good morning. It's our 40th year wedding anniversary. The end. Okay. So that was a touch of romance. I'm a little bewildered. A little bewildered by it, is what I would say. I'm gonna go ahead and I've been listening to this for enough time. I'm a little bewildered by it. Oops. I don't quite get what it's supposed to be about. I'm wondering, just curious. It's very goofy. Yeah, so this person's made Alan J. Pan has made quite a lot of games. All right, head back here. I'm kind of bewildered by it. I don't know if I feel insulted by it in some way, just because I'm, a married person. And it just is, it's on one hand, I thought it was interesting, some of the ideas that it's playing with, but it presents what it's talking about so goofy that I don't feel justified reading into it necessarily too much. And the way it was written was so awkward and weird sometimes that I was just kind of like left shaking my head, like, or, scratching my head, being like, I don't really quite get what they're meaning here. So, yeah. See, I got a 3 out of 5. I'd probably agree with that, to be honest. The Tyranno Builder Engine. I'll have to see what that is. I don't really know. Don't really understand what was a horror game about it, other than just time slipping away from you. If that's horrifying to you, wait till you get older, I guess. I don't know what to say. Not particularly crazy. I don't know. It's an interesting little game, I guess. I thought it looked nice. I liked the art style. It wasn't too outrageously anime or something where it gets like annoying. And it felt kind of like an old Flash game or something almost. Yeah. I don't know. In some ways, I think, this is supposed to just be a textual comedy game, and it got submitted to a horror game jam because it name drops Lovecraft, so it tricks you into thinking it's going to go somewhere with that, and it doesn't. You could take out all the Lovecraft and it would just be exactly the same. And it's still just sort of a comedy. Maybe I missed the point. I don't know. I try not to feel middling about stuff. I try to have more of a stronger opinion, but I guess I just don't. So anyway, thought this would just be a fun little thing to play. So that was A Touch of Romance by Alan J. Pan. I might check out some more of the submissions to the Textual Horror Game Jam. It's not a ranked jam, so they're all just kind of left there as submissions. So it's, I don't have a way that I'd move through it other than randomly, but might check out some more of these, just because it's kind of cool that there's a whole jam for it. So anyway, my name was Fia Gloss, and this was A Touch of Romance, and I'll see you guys on the next one.